Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Maddie here today, and due to frequent requests, I am bringing back the Fallout Top 10, or Top 5, Top 3, and in this case, Top 4 series, back from the dead. So I hope you guys are excited. We have discussed our top 10 locations, but if we talked about one key thing about Fallout, it's creepiest locations. Well, I'm about to tell you 4 areas that when I think of Fallout 3 stick out instantly. So let's get into it. Alright, let's just start off simple and do the obvious one right here at number 4, the metro tunnels. This is the first place you think of when you think of creepy locations in Fallout 3. Specifically because of the fact that you're in the dark, by yourself, underground, and yeah, there are raiders down there, but they're easy kills. But there's one other threat down there. One threat that always will, no matter what type of gamer you are, get to you and will freak you out because they will jump out of nowhere and let out their ferocious scream, and those are the feral ghouls. Those things are the worst, and they will come at you from the most unexpected angle, and if you didn't know about your Pip-Boy light when you first got the game, well, you're in for a huge surprise. Tip, hold B. Riding on in a little red tricycle at number 3 is the Red Racer Factory. Now I know this one's pretty uncommon, but for me personally, when I entered this area, I expected, your average factory, but boy was I wrong when I made my way up to the CEO offices of this factory, only to find out that a mad scientist was hiding out up here, and basically what he was trying to do, if you learn through some computer logs, that he was actually creating mind control devices and using them on ghouls and super mutants and making them his slaves. And what's even creepier is that you find one caged up inside, and so I shot it and put it out of its misery, but I just found it really creepy that the wasteland really just deterred into this. Rolling on in at number 2 is Vault 106. Now, what's so creepy about Vault 106, you may be asking? Well, if you hack into a computer upon entry, you will learn that there was a, quote, slight irregularity in the filtration system, but nothing to cause alarm. Well, there should be an alarm, because this is causing your player to hallucinate as you progress throughout this vault. And it's actually a really sad experience for 2 reasons. The first one is because you're seeing him hallucinate about his dad, and stuff that reminds him of him, such as lab experiments and computers, all that science stuff. That's what Dad is about, James, for the proper people out there. But also, I encountered a little thing. Behind an average locked door, I found 2 burnt bodies, or decayed bodies, on a bed, along with a smaller body on a smaller bed. Most likely, these people locked themselves in their room and just sat there until they died, which is really depressing. Fortunately, all this depression was rewarded with a bobblehead. So, that's always cool, right? Coming in at number 1, Maddie's personal most creepy area of Fallout 3 is Springvale Elementary. This is the first area I entered after escaping Vault 101, and I had no idea what I was in for until I saw the amount of dead bodies inside here. Roaming each dark hallway was such a new experience for me at the time. I just had no idea what to expect. Fortunately, I ran into a bunch of raiders who I could pop some caps into, but there was one thing that constantly, no matter what, got to me, and that was the fact that I would hear people just talking to me and creeping around, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. For example, but then I discovered that there was one thing that even these sick killers in this building were afraid of. With all these dead bodies in here, clearly they have killed amounts of people, and it was shocking to see that they were afraid of something behind a locked door in a basement. But they had their own cave system loaded with soldier ants. Fortunately, Maddie was there to take care of the problem nicely. But that is my personal list of creepy areas in Fallout 3. I know 4 is a very weird number to use for a top series, but I wanted to be natural and honest and not force 6 other areas that I didn't find creepy. But I'd love to know what you guys thought was creepy in Fallout 3 in the comments down below. I'm dying to know what you guys had as your little scares in the game. I know the Dunwich building is going to be a common one, but for me personally, I was fine when playing through that. But anyways, I'd love to know what you guys think about these areas. As always, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, keep my discount codes in mind. Other than that, my Fallout lovers, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.